And 2, Wanneroo Giants, the home team, Adelaide Marlins the visitors. And just like that, Sam Clark grounds out to first. Tell you what, if the game speeds along at that rate, I'll be happy. Now it's number 9, which is Sebastian Hackett. For Wanneroo, number 10 is their pitcher, Mr. Bond. Which is, I think it's Jacob. I do apologise, folks. I've got the sheets and they're not particularly readable, so I'm going through other sources. But it is an 0-2 count with 1 out. You haven't missed much already, just 1 pitch, 1 out, now 0-2 strikes. Played back to Bond. And that will be pretty academic. 2 up, 2 down so far for Wanneroo. Coming off already a 4-1 loss to the Hills. The Hills went on to beat Gold Coast in the game we've just seen. So for Wanneroo, their second outing. For Adelaide Marlins, their first. So that was Sebastian Haskett, number 9. Now we've got number 42, Levi Burns. So game 3, just about everybody's had a run except Cronulla Black will be I think the last team that we'll see, and that will be our late game today. No, sorry, Melbourne Twins. Cronulla Black are playing Brisbane North right now. Back past Bond. Is it 3 for 3 on the ground outs? Yes, it is. So the infield, second base, shortstop and the pitcher. The middle of the infield doing their job. Adelaide Marlins go 1, 2, 3. Back with very shortly with Wanneroo up to bat, the bottom of the first. This is the 2026 Australian Junior League Championships.
Let's have some fun today.
Win or lose, always do your best.
Good job.
Here we go, kid.
Let's do this, girls. We got this.
Let's get the bats going. Find yours. Find yours. Get there, baby. Get there, kid. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, Gordon.
Get up,
Little League on 3. 1, 2, 3. Little League. All right, girls, let's go get him. Come on.
Alrighty, Game Changer has the lineups up. We're underway. So it will be Tate Oldfield, Connor Branch and Hayden Thomas to lead things underway for Wanneroo. The fielding positions for the Marlins are still to be input. If you have just joined us, well, we are a little behind schedule. It was scheduled to start at 1:30 Lismore time. It's now 2:30 Lismore time. That's because both games on Diamond 1 have gone the full innings, no mercy rules. Both been relatively high scoring. The first game was very much high scoring. Let's put it this way. Canberra Raiders, Eastern Phantoms, Canberra scored 5 runs at the top of the first. In the end it was, though, the Eastern Phantoms winning 14-6. That had 20 runs. And then the game we just had 10 runs. Hills beating Gold Coast 9-1. Wanneroo lost earlier to the Hills 4-1. Looking for redemption right here. So the way it works is 10 teams in 2 pools of 5. This is Pool A. And teams will play 4 preliminary games over 3 days as Oldfield fouls. Starting pitcher. Okay. Starting pitcher for the Adelaide Marlins, number 29, Jack Bowden. Jacob Bond's first innings went 9 pitches. That's pretty efficient. You can go a fair way. At 9 pitches an inning, that one. All ducked by Oldfield. So fielding positions for Adelaide, we've got Seb Haskett at catcher, Levi Burns at shortstop, Jet Connor at third base, Tyler Cutler at right field, as that's put up. A nice grab. Centre field, Jake Redding, number 11, records the first out. Connor Branch coming up. The one thing I've noticed already is that Adelaide have 13 players and Wanneroo have 11. Ooh, right at us. O2 count. So for Adelaide, this is their double up day. They get Melbourne. I think it's the Twins of Melbourne in the nightcap. The way we're going, it will be the nightcap. 3:45 start. You can, given that it's already 2:45 and we're in the first of this one, don't think that's going to happen. It has got cool, it has got overcast. We've had intermittent couple of showers. Nothing of any great damage. Okay, ruled not to have swung. 1 and 2. And we'll put right down King William Street or St George's Terrace and a fly out to right. That's Branch retired. So we had 3 ground outs for Adelaide Marlins first inning. We've had 2 flyouts to the outfield for Wanneroo. Hayden Thomas, who's playing in second base today. Well, had Wanneroo players on base, they would have advanced one, no damage done. We do apologise that we've got Marlins centre fielder blocking the view. Can tell you that went straight to third base. That's Harrison Richardson who made the solid grab, as you're about to see on the replay here. Yeah, in the end, that got a bit low on him, but adjusted well. All right, like this. 0-0 after one. Back with the second in just a sec.
Here's to generations of fearless, unstoppable.
Hit hard on the ground from his knees. She is safe.
I can, and I will.
Big game for Monet Davis.
And I am. Here's to the next generation. Find your league. Get in the game.
Welcome back. Already taken one innings, and I've got to make an apology. Jet Connor was the Marlins player who caught that line drive at third base. Harrison Richardson is going to stand on third base in about 30 seconds. So going to be 4, 5, 6 for Adelaide. Jack Zetsky, Jet Connor, and Tyrone Cutler. As mentioned, Bond's innings went 9 pitches. Jack Bowden's went 13. Both faced the minimum 3. Oh, how's that for a catch? Out in centre field. Cody Bennett's. Well, there's a bit of laundry to be done, but he won't care. Let's get a good look at this. Oh, with the slip slide. Yeah, a couple of divots like my golf game. Yeah, those kneecaps are going to need an extra lot of preen, I reckon. One away. Jet Connor, who, yes, is down, is playing third base for the Marlins. Swings 3. Bit of rain coming. It's just not coming, it's here. Trying to play the 5.5 hole. It's well covered. Bouncing ball, going to be a race and safe. The throw just off the bag by Connor Branch. I think took Bo Gordon off the bag. And that's our first base runner. The question is, do we claim that as a single or an error? I'm going to make it a single unless I'm told otherwise by our game changer people. I've now got the system up and running. It's a single. So first base runner on in this ball game. Tyrone Cutler is next up. Jack Bowden, the starting pitcher, on deck if required. Well, it's one out. Double play would be the only way he's not required. Well, it's maybe a slight chance at a double play. Yep, there it is. 4-6-3. Let's watch this one on replay. Sinking base, Hayden Thomas to the shortstop, Connor Branch. That one on the money in the nick of time. Adelaide get on, but do not score. We're through 1.5 in a scoreless affair thus far.
Past the catcher rather, bounce straight back to the catcher. That one line shot, Hikaru Kaneko.
Punch through to left field, glove is up and it is through.
Hard shot from Ben Beasley and a diving Jackson Ham.
Punch through, double play opportunity here for the Sharks. Opting to tag is applied and the throw to first.
Minimis down on strikes, back-to-back strikeouts.
That's hit through. Oh, what a catch! Oh, that is punched down to left field. It is allowing. It is over.
Strike 3, Brisbane North, your 2025 Australian Little League champions.
Alrighty. Bottom of the second. Coming up for Wanneroo. In the 4-hole, number 10, starting pitcher Jacob Bond. 5, centre fielder Cody Bennett, and 6, first base Bo Gordon. So here are the two starting pitchers facing each other. I'll probably get a chance to do this again. There's Jack Bowden, who's due to lead off in the third. Bond thus far has thrown just the 16 pitches, so you thought he was efficient with 9 in the first. Only threw 7 in the second. Bowden threw 13, which is quite good. Popped up. Is it going to land? It's going to land. It's going to be caught. Jet Connor with 2 good defensive plays thus far. To adjust, that is not the easiest angle. I don't think that's quite how they draw it up in the coach's books. But he adjusted well. One away. Cody Bennett's now at the plate. Bennett's playing centre field. Ready has a highlight package. Straight back to the pitcher who loses it. Not too often you see an E1 given because there's so little time for the pitcher to react. I'll be interested to see what the scorers do with this one. I think they're going to have to. If they have any look at the replay, they're probably going to have to. Yep, they're going to have to give that an E1. So there's a Wanneroo player on. Well, those pants are already dirty. What's a bit more dirt on them? And yes, there is an error made, so that's an E1. against Bennett, who's sitting at second. See him there. Spread eagled. Trying to put off, I'm not sure if he's putting off the pitcher or the hitter there. Pitcher's already got to recover from the error that got him on base. Jack Bowden, though, I mean, pitching is all about resilience. You've got to have good pitches and bad pitches, let alone fielding. Fouled away. Bo Gordon is the player at bat. Put on the outside, but nips the corner. 2-2. Cody Bennett's giving Jack Bowden plenty to think about. But he elicits the strikeout. So that's 2 away. First strikeout for Jack Bowden. No nickname. From the Port Adelaide Magpies Club. Have a very famous pitcher there, Jack O'Loughlin, who pitched a couple of seasons in the majors. Well, I think he pitched one. Oakland Athletics, spent some time with Colorado as well in the Detroit Tigers system. Now he's over in Korea. Just a little umpires discussion here. Not exactly sure what about. Okay, it's an issue with something from Wanneroo, I think. Well, having a chat with that's not a Wanneroo representative there. That's a representative of the tournament, I think. Now everybody's smiling at the end, so I don't know what was worked out. It's a little bit of a blind spot. Everyone's clapping. Okay. Bowden played last year in Guam in the under-15 World Cup qualifier. Big news on the under-15 fronts. The team has been announced. And that's a hit on the elbow, and that will be an advance runner. Now, the question is, Bennett's was stealing second. They're going to give him the base, or they're going to send him back to second? He's going to go back to second. That's what I thought. Of course, if he'd have got there before the pitch arrived, that would have been an interesting discussion. All right. Okay. Pitching change. Or not. What is going on here? Umpires are meeting in the middle. Bowden's walking off the hill. He's walking back to the hill. Okay, so that's two things in succession. I've seen a reasonable amount of baseball now in my time. Been calling for the Adelaide Giants for 11 summers. And that was just weird. It's almost like, I need a moment just to walk around and walk something off. Anyway. So Burns with the hit by pitch is at first. Harvey Scaife is at the plate. And that's foul. It's 2 out. So these moments when you've got players in scoring position with 2 outs, always a big at bat. Back onto our roof. One and two. Bowden a strike away. Scaife fouls another one off. Yeah, Giants certainly wouldn't want to burn through a lot of pitches here, given they've got a second game today. 1 and 2 again, with 2 on and 2 out. Scaife stands and stops. No pitches clock here. Steals on. This is going to bring a run. Cody Bennett. As soon as there was contact with 2 outs, he knew, well, I'm off. Else everybody else advanced to base. He was almost at third by the time that hit the grass. See, there he goes. He goes on the pitch. I got to correct myself. He was at third by the time that hit the grass. The fumble didn't help, but I think he might have scored anyway. Wanneroo take an early lead thanks to an RBI to Harvey Scaife. First hit given up by the Marlins. They given up an error, a hit by pitch, and an RBI single. Okay, so we've got Declan Burns at second, Harvey Scaife on first. 2 out. Putting that one on the plate was Richardson again, a fumble, and I reckon they're all going to be safe. Well, we saw Wanneroo 3 ground outs in the first, a double play in the second. And the Marlins just a bit of fumbleitis with the gloves when the heat is on. I think that's going to be an error play on Richardson. So now there's bases of Giants. It happens that quick. And they've already got 1 run on the board. Blake Nicole batting in the 10 hole. Right back at the pitcher, who knows just one out is required. Doesn't matter what happens at home. And in that case, the glove work was on point. Outmade. End of the second, but not before Wanneroo get a run. We head to the third here in Lismore. Blue sky has returned. It's been a mix of weather here. For Adelaide will be 8, 9 and 10 in their order, which will be Jack Bowden, Casey Sanders and Jake Redding. So it'll be 7, 8, 9, my apologies. Bowden at 7 was next up but did not get a hit because of the double play. So Jacob Bond's got 18 pitches, or no, 16. And Jack Bowden's got 36. That's going to be a lead-off hit. Best one that we've had today. Casey Sanders is safe, not by much. Just shot with that. Going to be safe at third. Well, this one needs a bit of deconstruction. It was a almightily soft hit. Don't often see a ground out by the catcher. Little bunt, barely went a metre. And fair to say at this point, Sanders' goose was cooked. That was a heck of a jump by the first base in Bo Gordon. Then we've got the play at third. So I think it's fair to say that actually worked in Adelaide's favour, even though the out was got, because now the tying run is a base away and it's 1 out. Jake Redding. Can he bring Bowden home? swung through. Well, that's something we're not too happy to see, throwing the bat. Yeah, you usually should bring a warning. Yeah, it's frustrating. But if you haven't struck out in baseball, you haven't played very long. Bond with the interesting hat attire. Okay, means he stays done. He'll be back for more. That was a pretty impressive outing. Just the 2 hits, no runs. Okay, so it's now Richardson comes in with a bit of work to do. Probably as good a chance as any to have a look around the other games happening. We're in the third stanza of games at the moment. So I can tell you Cronulla Black are beating the Melbourne Twins at the bottom of the 4th, 10-1. That could well be one that finishes a little earlier. Southern Titans leading Brisbane Metro 1-0, bottom of the 3rd. So we've definitely got the late one here, and we've got one more game to go. That's in the Intermediate League Championship. Sorry, Cronulla Black and Melbourne, Brisbane and Southern Titans. Earlier wins to Ride Red over Eastern Phantoms, Cronulla over Brisbane Metro, Adelaide over Gold Coast, and Southern Titans over Melbourne Twins. So a few of those teams going around for the second time. And once they're done, those games are the last in the Intermediate League. Junior League, well, we got a fair road to hoe before we're done. Oh, we've got a change of umpire. We got a change of home plate umpire. Okay. So number 3 for Adelaide, who is Jamie Ferris, has got a job to do. Bring Jack home. For Richardson, he just wants to shut this down, give the Giants their 1-0 lead, heading into the bottom of the 3rd. It is the Giants are the home team, so they will bat last. We have had a little fun with that what happens is it's a coin toss. It happens kind of not too much notice for us in the broadcast position. So sometimes we have had the home team first and vice versa. It's not even based on the dugouts. The dugouts are as per name, but who's home, who's away, who bats last is the big part. That's decided by a coin toss. 2-2 count. 2 out. Tying run. A base away. Oh, got the lower part of the corner. Ferris can only look at that strike zone and wonder what the heck just happened. That is the Marlins. They get on. They threaten, but they do not score. And we're back with the bottom of the 3rd after this very short break. Coming here from Lismore, the 2026 Australian Junior League Championships.
Let's have some fun today.
Win or lose, always do your best.
Good job.
Here we go, kid.
Let's do this, girls. We got this.
Let's get the bats going. Find yours. Find yours. Get there, baby. Get there, kid. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, Gordon.
We only got 3. 1, 2, 3. Little League. All right, girls, let's go get 'em. Come on.
Welcome back. It's a great time to join the Australian baseball community with participation rates up 11% over the last 2 years, 22% year on year in October, and retention rates well above industry standards. Our community becomes more vibrant by the day. So whether you're 7 or 77, a seasoned professional, or have no idea how to hold a bat or ball, the baseball community is ready to welcome you. Find your club by using Club Finder on baseball.com.au. Also, the place to keep track of all that's happening during this month of madness known as May. Well, it goes into June as well. Charter Baseball is what it's all about. Senior League Nationals have been run and done. Congratulations, Brisbane North. What a record they've set. 4 tournaments won. Little League, Intermediate League, which I remember calling in Mildura, Junior League, and now the Senior League. Many of those players have played in 3 of those, and there's one whose name just escapes me for the sec who played in all 4. And that, we're checking. Has there been a player anywhere in the world that has played in the Little League World Series, Junior World Series, Intermediate World Series, and the Senior World Series? Not in that chronological order, I might add. Okay. Wanneroo hold the lead, and they bent, but they did not break. Mason Fortura Castro. And yes, it does fit on the back of the jumper of the uni. And he's struck up, rung up. Strikeout number 2 to Bowden. So, with just 11 players, Wanneroo go back to the top of their order, and this is Tate Oldfield. So it's interesting how first 2 games both had 12. Giants have named 13, and Wanneroo have 11. And no, you don't hand the surplus to the least. It doesn't quite work that way. One, 2 count with 1 out. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. 3rd one. Connor Branch comes up, who flew out to left in the first. Been a good comeback inning so far. So just the final stats on Jacob Bond, who threw 21 pitches, 18 of the 21 were strikes. 2 2/3, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, facing 9 hitters. Played to third. That is your 3rd out. 1, 2, 3. Pretty short. That was Jack Connor at the hot corner. Can't quite pick up a number to confirm. He was at third base to start with. All right, just like that, we're through 3. This game is rocketing along. Be back with the 4th very shortly.
Here's to generations of fearless, unstoppable.
Hit hard on the ground. From his knees, she is safe.
I can, and I will,
Quick game for Monet Davis.
and I am. Here's to the next generation. Find your league. Get in the game.
Welcome back. Harrison Richardson, aka Richo, on the hill. Having got the last out and kept the Marlins scoreless. Of course, it's a little bit weird having there's an ABL caller there, right down the middle there. Having Adelaide playing the Giants as opposed to calling the Adelaide Giants. I'll get it in early. Claxton Shield champions. Actually, there was a survey that came out from an organisation that rates sporting clubs based on a few factors, including long-term success, as that's a strikeout. And they actually named, then this is every professional sporting organisation. Now that was Alexander Camalego. I do apologise, I should probably focus on this a bit, but Camalego strikes out. Ashton Mogg is up. He wastes no time to tell the story about this survey. He's on with a single. Camalego. Okay. With the strikeout and Mogg with the single. So now we come to number 13 in Adelaide's lineup, which is Noah Sutherland. One out, one on for Adelaide. Yeah, they named all the professional teams around the country, and the Adelaide Giants came 7th. And the top rating professional sports team in South Australia. What up, Centerfield? Oh, that's a great catch. And the heads up to get that throw back before no one could advance or tag up. Noah Sutherland put a fair bit into that. And centre fielder Cody Bennett's has already had, he works the field. He's already had a great catch to his left. Now look at this from his right. That's a full stretch. Look at that. As soon as he got enough balance to throw it back as well. So that could have been anything. Had that have landed well, who knows where Mogg might have ended up. We're back to the top of the Marlins order. Sam Clark ground out in the first. Tying run for Adelaide is at first base. Potential tying run. They've got, after going 1, 2, 3 ground outs in the first, they've got someone on second, third, fourth. Safe at second. Don't see too many at this level get caught stealing for second unless they get a bad jump. Yeah, well, unfortunately, if it But it's got to be good. It's got to land on the other side of the bag pretty much. It's got to almost touch the runner. So that the second baseman can make the catch and just barely move the glove to get the tag down. Anytime a player's got to a second base or a shortstop's got to swing the glove, that's usually enough time to slide in. So here's Clark, who's a lefty. Strikes out. Once again. Wanneroo bend, don't break. They let a runner on for the third straight inning, but do not concede. It's a tight one. We're through 3.5. Wanneroo leading Adelaide 1-0.
Past the catcher, rather. Bounce straight back to the catcher. That one, line shot. Hikaru Kaneko.
Punch through to left field. Glove is up and it is through.
Hard shot from Ben Beasley and a diving Jackson Ham.
Punch through. Double play opportunity here for the Sharks. Opting to tag is applied. And the throw to first.
Miss down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts.
That's hit through. Oh, what a catch. Oh, that is punched down to left field. It is allowing. It is over.
Strike 3, Brisbane North, your 2025 Australian Little League champions.
Welcome back to the bottom of the fourth. Don't want to jinx it. Well, this game is going at nice speed. Just under an hour and we're at the scheduled halfway point. By mentioning it, probably have. Of course, for some of you saying, don't speed it up. We just want to sit back and enjoy all this on Baseball Plus. So Hayden Thomas. Here's that. Will be Hayden Thomas, Jacob Bond, Cody Bennetts. Can tell you in the other game, Cronulla Black have broken loose top of the third. So we've caught up and surpassed them. Cronulla Black leading Brisbane North 7-0. Thomas has found the gap. Over short, into centre. Lead-off single. First lead-off hitter for Wanneroo this afternoon. And for Mr. Bowden, that's his day done. So he's got a Kinning amongst that. Struck out the side. As Jack Ziski will be the new pitcher. We won't have the full totals on Bowden just yet because he has a runner on base at the moment. Just let me just see. Okay. And yep, do apologise, it's been Bowden. I think it is. We asked for player pronunciations. And it's pronounced bow, as in go. So I assume it's Bow then. Maybe B.O. might have got me out of jail. But anyway, it is Bowden. His time is done. An inherited runner for Zitsky to deal with. The Zitsky? Jay-Z. That's a good nickname, Jay-Z. Favourite position is pitcher. I feel in control. Also from the Port Adelaide Magpies. Got to play in the Little League Nationals at Blacktown back in 2024. It's 6:37 at the qualifying. 14 batters faced, 12 Ks, no ERA, no walks. Now that was at state. This is the Nationals. But if you can replicate some of that, the Marlins would be happy. Right now, Bond, the starting pitcher. Thomas, by the way, Hayden Thomas has got to second. Uncontested. As is so often the case, often players get to first. You can almost book them into second. Not as much as Little League, but a fair bit. Bond strikes 3. So 1 up, 1 down. Tight game. So 5 teams in this pool, Pool A. The Hills Blue are 2-0. Wanneroo and the Gold Coast are 0-1. The Marlins and the Melbourne Twins, that you'll see a little later, are yet to have a result. 2 of those 5 will miss the finals. They'll play consolation games with the other 2 from the other pool. Second and third play each other in sort of a quarter-final or a wild card game, call it what you like. And then they'll play the winner of second and third will play the top team from Pool B. If you win Pool A, you don't play the wild card. Let's play to third. And did not see the umpire's call. They're just in my blind spot. Let's have a look. Because of the player on base, the umpires have moved around a bit. I think that's an out. And the player's not on base, so yes, it is an out. What it's done, though, is that it's moved Hayden Thomas to third. So Cody Bennett's sacrifice. Move the runner on. Bo Gordon struck out first time up. This, in a 1-run ball game, is a big at-bat. Oh-2 count. Jiski a strike away. Fouled again. Now 1 and 2. So, yeah. Played straight back, got past the pitcher, slides, got through everybody. Okay, run scored. RBI single to Bo Gordon, scores Hayden Thomas. And the Giants double their lead, 2-0. Couple of big 2-out plays. I think the first run was scored on a 2-out play. An RBI single to Harvey Scaife. So the Giants are producing in clutch situations. Just been a little bit sharper than Adelaide. Had a fit of the fumbles with the glove. They looked a fair bit better since the second. Admittedly, in the third, it was 3 strikeouts, so fielders didn't have to do much except watch in appreciations. That's a nice hit down the left field line. So back-to-back hits moves Bo Gordon to second, and that was Declan Burns, who was hit by pitch, now singles to left field. So he's 2 for 2 in terms of getting on base in this match. Harvey Scaife had the RBI single, mentioned 2 outs. Is this a chance for Wanneroo to establish a buffer? It's 2 runs as it stands. A bloop and a blast. Of course, Jeremy Sexton, a Western Australian on that, but actually Jeremy Sexton is here. But he's with the Eastern Phantoms as a coach. I saw this profile with a nickname of Big Sexy, and I thought, there's only one Big Sexy, that's Jeremy Sexton. And yeah, then I saw coach, and then, okay, makes sense. Played in the 5.5 hole. Will this bring a run? No, stopped. Held up, except there's 2 at third. You can only have 1. Throw to second for the third out is overthrown now. Oh dear. Oh my. It's a Giants run. Well, adrenaline high for the Marlins. A couple of poor throws. So what had happened was, we'll get a replay and we'll deconstruct it for you. The hit was enough to advance everybody a base and load them up. But the Wanneroo coach, you'll see it in a sec here, initially waves around. That's what the other Giant said, no, stop. Except the previous Giant saw the earlier wave around. Suddenly it's 2 players, 1 base. And by the time the throw got to second, there's a stop there. And that's a great... Yeah. Bennett's realised that the throw to second was too high. Didn't slide into second. When the throw was too high, Bo Gordon was able to score. And in all of that, Scaife is proving to be... What if Scaife will get the RBI for that? He got the single. Anyway, it is now 3-0, and it still stay that way as Harrison Richardson strikes out. But not before the Giants claim 2. They now have a 3-0 lead after 4 here in Lismore at the 2026 Australian Junior League Championships. Welcome back. So Adelaide with some work to do. Trailing 3 runs to 0. It should be 2, 3, 4 for Adelaide. It is Haskett, Burns and Ziski. Richardson, who just struck out to end the 4th. On the hill, gets the strike, 0-2. Seeing one of the teams there warming up in the background. I think that's the Twins. And if it is the Twins, they're going to be here. We'll see them in the next game. Scheduled to start in 2 minutes. That ain't happening. But at least this game, like the other two that both ran lengthy time, this one's clicking along. Wind up in the pitch. Hard hit. Between Shorten's third. No way anybody was going to stop that unless they were standing there. Second time for Adelaide. They've had a lead-off single. Last time it was by Jack Bowden. So now, Adelaide, it's the 5th of 7. So in essence, 9 outs, about 3 runs. Still time to think about, let's just chip away. Get the run we need to get here, make it 2. Back to Bloop and a Blast territory. What was I talking about with Jeremy Sexton and Bloop and a Blast before? It's a podcast that Jeremy Sexton does with Luke Hughes, former Major Leaguer. During the Australian Baseball League season. So that's popped up. Nicely done by Gordon to make the catch. 2 away. Oh no, that's first away. Yeah, quickly anticipated. Wave everybody off. Get away, coach. And that would make the late adjustment for the wind. Holds Haskett at first. When will he make a move for second? He'll make it now because there was a huge gap. We talk about the 5.5 hole. That was... Well, basically, that's because the shortstop had moved over to cover second base. And, yeah. A hole you could definitely drive a truck through. So 2 singles. That's the first one for Ziski. 2 on, 1 out for the Marlins. Jet Connor. Singled in the second. He was the first hit. Unfortunately, it was followed by a double play. Powered away. So 0-2 count. Strike away from a second out for Wanneroo. A soft grounder maybe from a double play. Adelaide a decent hit away from getting on the scoreboard. And a hit it will be. Probably not deep enough. No, they'll be held up. Okay. So, 3 singles. Has the bases loaded with Marlins. The potential tying run is Jack Connor at first. Jack Ziski is at second, and Seb Haskett is at first. Tyrone Cutler with 1 out. The field is in. The ball is loose. And the run will score. Adelaide on the board. Sebastian Haskett crosses the plate. In the process, Jack Ziski moves to third and Jack Connor moves to second. There's an open first base, which I guess makes a double play, whilst not impossible, more problematic. One, 2 count. Cutler the last time up, hit into the double play. Does not want to do that again. In fact, well, he struggled to, as I said. Because there's no force situation, so Marlins players could just stay at their base if that's what the scenario requires. Put into the field of play, the throw at home. And safe because the tag was made, but the ball spilled out. Ziski scores. And just like that, we got a tying run a base away. So fielder's choice sees Cutler on. See the throw? Yep. Unfortunately, need the ball in the glove to get the out. So still 1 out. Marlins at the corners. It comes to Jack Bowden. Singled in the third. Getting kind of cold here. It's overcast. Expect rain at any moment. What happened? Foul. So a full slate of games tomorrow. We've had 7 games in the Junior League. We're having games 5 and 6 at the moment. 1 to follow. 6 games in the Intermediate League today. 6 tomorrow. Place will get a little quieter. You can see some car parks now as no more teams to turn up. Long hit, but foul. Not too far short of the fence there, I reckon. Maybe 10 foot. I've seen a couple of home runs today. Not in this game, but this is the third one on Diamond 2. Saw 1 in each. And early in the game too. Both to the winning side. Actually, correction. No, sorry, the one to the Canberra Raiders was they did not win. Right, steal a second. So now, this is it. A base away from tying. A really good hit away from leading. With first base vacant, a double play, tricky. Put right up the middle. That'll be another base hit, and we are tied. So Adelaide have got their hitting on. 4th single and a fielder's choice. Smith, we're at 3-3. And that will do it for Richardson on the hill, I'm afraid. Big play was probably the throw to home that wasn't caught when the tag was there to be had, but that would have only been the second out. Coming on the pitch, number 3 for the Giants, who is Bo Gordon. AKA Gordo. Pitcher his favourite thing, enjoys the challenge, allows me to continually refine and improve. Been working on pitching, focusing on consistency control. So we did ask in the profiles, which we didn't get all back, but we got some back. And looks like we got a fair few. Started at 13, which is old compared with most. Favourite team, surprise, surprise, the Perth Heat. 2 favourite players. And I mentioned this earlier when Canberra were here. If you're a Canberra player and you're asked to name your favourite Australian baseballer, you're going to name Robbie Perkins. Well, Robbie is high up in a lot of statistical categories. And there's only one man who stands above him in many of them, and he is, if you're from Perth, you've got a name as your favourite. And I'm looking down the Wanneroo list at the moment. And there's a fair few that have named him because he is the GOAT, Tim Kennelly. Ray Pelkinen gets a mention as well, and New York Yankees is the team. Aaron Judge, favourite player. Barely looking down. Aaron Judge, yeah, hits nukes. Yeah, Travis Pisano, favourite major leaguer. Yeah, why not? I'm looking for someone to name someone from my Milwaukee Brewers. I never have much luck with that. If there's a player who puts on their profile they're a Milwaukee Brewers fan, they'll be my favourite charter player. Back to this ball game. It's all tied up, and Adelaide aren't done yet. There's some funny business happening around the bases, and this is going to lead to a throwing error. And the Marlins have taken the lead. All right, so the Steelers second, cut off because they were worried about home. And had that play been on the money, had that throw been on the money, we would have had a rundown situation and probably the end of the second out. All this has happened with 1 out, I should add. All Casey Sanders had to do pretty much was stand there and get out of the way. So we've still got Jack Bowden as the sole Marlin on base. Haskett, Ziski, Connor and Cutler have all scored. And this game has flipped, as baseball games so often do. Two count, 1 out. Another game that at this point looks like going the distance. Been a competitive day here on Diamond 2. Played to second, good pickup, and that's your second out. Nicely done by Jacob Bond, who's now at second base. Had to find it. Had time to recover. Deliver the throw that mattered on target. got the fist pump from the first base umpire. First pitch pop up by Redding. And that was not caught. And boy, oh boy, has Redding got some wheels. He's at second. That ball was up in the air a fair while. And Adelaide have scored. That ball was in the air for so long that the Adelaide player had crossed the plate. They probably crossed it in the last at bat, my apologies. 5-3 Adelaide. That was Bowden who scored. Now, but they're not done because Redding is already running to third, and he'll get there. We'll see if that's deemed a what that play for Redding, whether that's going to be a hit or an error. Appreciate it. If that was Australian Baseball League, Major League Baseball, probably an error. But this level, I'm not 100% sure. You've got to give a little bit more leeway to your players as to what an ordinary effort is. And it was a double. Fair enough. So, this is a big couple of pitches. Adelaide have scored 5 in the 5th. 2-2 count with 2 out. They're looking for a 6th. Swung through. And in the end, that'll do it. But like I said, not before the Marlins got about 5 hits in that innings. A couple of errors. And they are in front, 5-3.
Let's have some fun today.
Win or lose, always do your best.
Good job.
Here we go, kid.
Let's do this, girls. We got this.
Let's get the bats going. Find yours. Find yours. Get there, baby. Get there, kid. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, Gordon.
Little League on 3. 1, 2, 3. Little League. All right, girls, let's go get him. Come on.
Welcome back. 2-run lead to the Adelaide Marlins after a successful 6th where they got 9 players to the plate. 5 of them scored. One left on base. So it's going to be 10-11-1 for the Giants. Bottom of the 5th. Giants are the home team. So they've got, worst case scenario, 9 outs left. Unless the Giants go on an absolute scoring spree. Get this game that's ebbed and flowed has got a few more chapters to write. Swung through and missed. 2-2's your count. Shiski through a sinker. Gets the strikeout one away. His third strikeout. Basin for Jura Castro, struck out in the third. And he's down 0-2 here. Correction, he's down 1-2 here. Got a high pitch which he's put up and well swallowed by the shortstop. In Sam Clark, 2 up, 2 down so far. And now the order flips again. Third time round for Wanneroo. Tate Oldfield with 2 out and no one on. Facing a 2-run deficit. One count. 2-1 count. Okay. Now it gets interesting. 2-2, 2 out. All the 2s. Drop third strike and safe. So that's interesting. This might be a pitching change coming up. Coming into pitch will be number 42, Levi Burns. Well, Australia's own PTP is proudly supporting baseball events across the country, bringing you nearly a decade of dedication to the sport and its athletes. Visit PTP Fit or ptfit.com today and get the tools you need to power your game with PTP. PTP offers a wide range of strength and conditioning equipment designed to make athletes stronger, more powerful and ready to perform. Whether you're training at home, in the park or the gym, PTP has you covered. Do thank them for their support of the tournament, the wonderful work City of Lismore and the Far North Baseball Association and their amazing volunteers and groundkeepers who've done a stellar job getting this place prepared after a deluge just to the north that had a bit of an impact down here. So Connor Branch at the plate. Oldfield safe at second. In the throw here, see that's anytime you got to move the glove. 2-run deficit. So Branch represents the potential tying run. He represents the potential tying run for Wanneroo. Put up high and long and fair into the left. No? Okay. My bad. Well, the first time it's happened to me. Because there's a player on base, the third base umpire has moved to a position in front of shortstop. All I saw was a guy in black waving his arm around, thinking it's fair, but in actual fact that was the Wanneroo coach, who does not decide if it's fair or foul. Unfortunately, the umpire who did was not quite down the line, but made the call they made. And it's still a third. All right. So 2-run deficit. Chance to reduce it by 1 is a base away. 2 out. Bottom of the 5th. 7-inning contest. This time it's fair. This time the run will be bought. Throw to second will cut off. So Connor Branch has an RBI. The margin is back to its narrowest, which is 1 run, 5-4 in favour of the Adelaide Marlins. You can see then that Oldfield was pretty much committed. It probably, yeah. Okay, still 2 out. The tying run is on and sits at first base in Connor Branch. Hayden Thomas, third time up, singled to centre field and scored. Steal a second, throws on, and yeah, plenty of time. Well, the runner got there in plenty of time. Two out, 1 on. A decent hit, and we've got a tied baseball game again. There's Branch in your corner. In the dirt, well protected, steal a third. We'll get there. All right, we're a base away from another tied ball game. Should add the last game was scheduled to start about half an hour ago. Don't think it's going to start any time in the immediate future. Bottom of the 5th. This one has a feeling it's going to go the full bottom of the 7th inning. Maybe the top of the 7th if Wanneroo take the lead. It's a big game. Now, if Wanneroo lose and go 0-2, the tournament's not over. Would have been in certain other circumstances, but top 3 make the quarters. Played, and it ate up the third baseman. We are tied. Have a look at the bounce of this one. Can't quite see it. It just ramped right up on him. Bad luck there for Jet Connor. Good luck for the Giants. Hayden, I'll have to wait and see what they give that. But Bond, already. I reckon that might have got there. It did. Was saying all before, you got to throw it to the right side of the bag and you got to throw it so the glove barely has to move. Hopefully we'll get a replay of this and you'll see that's exactly what happened. That is just a really good throw. Courtesy of Sebastian Hackett, the catcher. So the lead's off. Here's your throw. Bang. Catch. Down. Out. All right. We have got ourselves a tied game heading into the 6th. It's Marlins 5, Giants 5. Better take a break. Warm up because we've got a big finish coming up.
Past the catcher rather, down straight back to the catcher. That one, line shot, Hikaru Kaneko.
Punch through to left field, glove is up and it is through.
Hard shot from Ben Beasley and a diving Jackson Ham.
Punch through, double play opportunity here for the Sharks. Opting to tag is applied and the throw to first.
Enemies down on strikes, back-to-back strikeouts.
That's hit through. Oh, what a catch! Oh, that is punched down to left field. It is allowing. It is over.
Strike 3, Brisbane North, your 2025 Australian Little League champions.
Alrighty, welcome back. One small correction, folks. The third baseman was Jamie Ferris. They got swallowed up by the ball. That was deemed an error. For those trying to keep score at home, if you are. Well done. I would assume that Jacob Bond is going to come back and bat, with Hayden being caught out, stealing second. Yeah, half inning ended by out on base paths. We'll see Bond back to lead off the bottom of the 6th. What will the scoreline be then? Adelaide scored first. Wanneroo got busy and took a good lead. Adelaide have struck back. And another hit. Going for second, audacious and too audacious. All right, look at this. Alex Camalengo, as we're about to have another pitch, didn't swing, it was a strike. You see the throw here in the end. He's charging, he's trying to get there. And in the end, well short. So 1 out. I think technically it counts as a single. And a base path out. Ashton Moss singled. So Ashton Mogg singled back in the 4th. So Adelaide, interestingly, haven't actually had a lot of hits as he strikes out there, so 2 away. Remembering that the Giants hit last if they need to. And this is the 11, 12, 13 in the order. So Adelaide have scored, 5 runs on 9 hits. Wanneroo have scored 5 runs on 6 hits. Adelaide, though, 4 errors. Wanneroo just the 1. This is Noah Sutherland. Batting number 13. Down 0-2. Gordon is a strike away from retiring the Marlins. 1-2-3 at the top of the 6th. Which he does. Back-to-back strikeouts to Gordon. We are through 6 in a 7-inning contest. Oh dear, did someone say extras? Maybe. Back after the break.
Let's have some fun today.
Win or lose, always do your best.
Good job.
Here we go, kid.
Let's do this, girls. We got this.
Let's get the bats going. Find yours. Find yours. Get there, baby. Get there, kid. 1, 2, 3. Let's go, Gordon.
Little League on 3. 1, 2, 3. Little League. All right, girls, let's go get him. Come on.
Welcome back. Well, this is just the first game of 4 prelims for the Marlins, the second of 4 for Wanneroo. They lost the first to the Hills. Really is a race to 2 wins. If you win 2, unless you have a 3-way tiebreaker, 2-2, if the results go in order, you get in. Hard road from there, but you get into the finals, and then, well, funny things happen when you get to finals. Oh, sorry, the knockout stages. Okay, so Jacob Bond is back, having observed at the plate. Hayden Thomas getting thrown out at second. It's going to be Bond, Bennetts and Gordon. 4, 5, 6. The best part of the Wanneroo order. As mentioned, Adelaide have out-hit Wanneroo 9-6, but have committed 4 errors to 1. The walking situation. Oh wow, I've got to check something here. I'm refreshing because I can't believe what I'm reading, but there it is. Okay, is that right? Okay. Hit hard. And towards the fence. Bond's going to have a 2-bagger. Lead off double in a tied game. That's huge. And yeah, it is correct. I just saw a stat that I had to recheck. We have not had a walk in this ball game. Wanneroo hitters have been struck out 8 times and walked 0, 6 hits. 4 errors have been the issue for the Marlins. Adelaide have had 9 hits, been struck out 7, and have not been walked. In a game of charter baseball, a walkless game would be remarkable. Bennett the bunt. Advances the runner. Can the Marlins get the out? Oh, there's a collision at first. And with that collision, Bonds raced home. Now, Bonds raced home and he said he's gone home. Okay. So you can see the throw here. Okay. I think the look on Jack Bowden's face says a lot. But that's a run. Sacrifice leads to a run. It's Wanneroo 6, Marlins 5. Bowden, by the way, has had a big day. Starting pitcher in this game. Was named earlier to the Australian under-15 national side. So congratulations to him. One thing about calling in this tournament is once you get going, you do not have time to do anything. And I have not had the chance to take the list and run it off with the players I've seen so far. But okay. Bit of research to do tonight. So Wanneroo back in front. Basically, the Giants have got 3 outs in the 7th to do something at the 1 run, but they want to keep it to 1. Straight to short. 2 out. Calmly done by Sam Clark. Declan Burns. It's got on base twice, hit by pitch and a single. High pitch. So we got an interesting thing here. It's approaching 4:30, and we've got another game to play. And I'm just wondering. I assume we're going to just keep on going. We've got lights, camera action. Put up and into space. Wasn't really a Bermuda triangle. Well, it was a Bermuda triangle in terms of there were 3 players, and it managed to lob right between them. Not that any one of the 3 could have done anything about that. Declan Burns, 2nd hit. 3rd time on base. Not sure who picked it up. And how's a man who's been causing troubles all day. Harvey Scaife, 2 from 2 with an RBI. With 2 out. Wanneroo have been particularly good at 2-out situations today. That's an out. Let's have a look at this. Okay, stepped off the... Might have just needed to see the start of that. It's almost like Burns gave himself up. Or Declan Burns. Do we get another look? We don't. Okay. All right. All right. We'll take a break. We have got a big top of the 7th coming up. Adelaide need a run. Wanneroo need 3 outs to take the win. Alrighty. Couple of housekeeping things. Do thank Eric for keeping me in the loop. I'm in my little... What do I call it? I'm in my little world at the moment, and anything that doesn't involve Diamond 2, I'm really not following. It does tell me that tomorrow the games will be on the same field. So if you are watching... and you're one of the other teams, and you thought you were playing on Diamond 1 tomorrow, no, Diamond 2, and if you're on Diamond 2, you're on Diamond 3. Everybody moves up a diamond, pretty much. Hopefully, we get Diamond 1 in action in time for the finals, which of course start Sunday. For the Junior League. Intermediate League has 2 games, 2 days of prelims. Everybody plays 2 games in those days, and okay, so the good news for the Marlins is that it's going to be the top of their order. 1, 2, 3. Sam Clark, Seb Haskett, Levi Burns. Sometimes at this stage you think, will they throw a pinch runner? Well, that doesn't happen. Not in this system where you bat around. Jack Jiski will hope to get on there. Just 1 swing of the bat required. The pitcher for Wanneroo will be number 8, Hayden Thomas. Got the big gig to try and close things out here. First time at the Nationals. He's represented WA state level in softball for 2, including winning the national titles. Lucky enough to be selected for the Australian softball team at under 14 level, and very lucky my baseball club and the coach. Shout out to Coach Jason Burns. Really supportive of me playing both Diamond sports. Real glad to be here. They've come 3rd in the state charter comps for the last 2 years. Always facing the Phantoms. So I called the Phantoms and the Giants. 2 years ago in Geelong, they made the final. 2 WA teams. Phantoms, just most of them a year older. Won it, and then the Wanneroo won it the year after. Here we go, folks. So as I said, this is not a tournament determining result, but Wanneroo can breathe a little bit easier if they can get their first win. Because they would need everything to go right from here to get to the 2 that they should need to finish top 3. 2-0 count. Three-0 count. Now remember I said that we have not had a walk from either team in this contest. Still the case. 15 strikeouts, 0 walks, but it's a 3-0 count. And there we have the first walk of the game. And the potential tying run is on base as the lead-off hitter. Sam Clark did exactly what he had to do. Get on. And now the Marlins have 3 outs to try and work him around. Of course, what they'd love to do is take the lead. They will. Wanneroo, if needed, will bat last. If needed. Thomas backs away a bit. Doesn't appear to be paying much attention to Clark. He was giving now gives a bit of a lead off. Now he's paying attention. There you go. On the inside, and Clark on that pitch is in scoring position. One of the things about throwing inside, and not that Clark could really see it, is that it's very hard for the catcher to throw when he's got the player who can't get out of the way that quick, right in front. So a hit here could tie the ball game. Clark looks like he wants to get to third at the earliest available opportunity. That's the strike. Pick off at second. All safe. Jiski today. A fly out to centre and a single to centre. Another pick off. We'll see a pitch sometime today. Yeah. The Twins, the poor Melbourne Twins, I think probably the last team of the 10 to get on the diamond. I don't think they've played already. Now the Melbourne Twins are the last team in the Junior League to get to play, are being kept waiting. Count at 3-1. It's an empty first base, none out. There you have. Clark is ready to start at the Bay Sheffield. All right. Back-to-back walks. Two Marlins on, none out. This will lead to a change, I suspect. And now if you want Wanneroo, you've got to throw your best. Whatever you've got left, who's the best? We'll worry about tomorrow. And to be honest, if you shut it down, they're going to not pitch enough to not be able to play tomorrow. But I don't think he's taken the baseball. Oh, yes. Okay. Other hand. Quick coach's thing. Now, normally in the ABL, the umpires would be saying, hurry up, get out of here, come on. But this is charter baseball. It's done a little different. And that means if the team wants to give a little pep talk, a little bit of encouragement. Oh, and Thomas is still there. Okay. All right. So it's none out. So a double play does not win it at this point for Wanneroo. They've got to get the 3 outs. Adelaide, a decent hit would tie it. Trying for the bunt. Steal a third. And that was an important catch by Richardson. If that got past him, maybe Clark might have got up and scooted home. And you can see that the left field was a long way back. Time he got to that, I reckon Clark would have been well and truly there. So Richardson, an important catch. You can see there the part of the facilities here at Lismore. Looking forward to bringing you plenty of Junior League baseball between now and Monday afternoon. Pitched up and in, and this will tie the game, and it may even give the Marlins a... No, it's going to be held up at third. That was probably a decent decision. So, Levi Burns has got an RBI, and he's ended up at second base. Seb Clark has scored, and Wanneroo are going to have to bat at the bottom of the seventh. So the Twins hoping to get on here sometime soon. They're just going to have to wait that little bit longer. And don't put extra innings out of the equation just yet. It's tied at the moment at 6 apiece. Marlins have Haskett at third, Burns at second. And it's all with none out. Don't forget, Wanneroo have already played a game today. Hayden Thomas is their fourth pitcher in this game. As that's a hit, Marlins lead. They're going to try for the extra run, and they're going to get it. Marlins have played in 3. They've turned a 1-run deficit into a 2-run lead. RBI to Levi Burns, RBI to Jack Ziski, where's he at? He was just standing on first. He didn't feel the need to be the out. Bit audacious to run on that. Yeah, but the throw had to be spot on, and it wasn't quite. Jack Connor puts up. And with that, Wanneroo have recorded the first out. Not before the first 4 Marlins got on base. Tyrone Cutler, who got on base on a fielder's choice and scored in the Marlins' big inning. So they've really done it with 2 big innings. They've got 8. 5 was scored in the 5th, 3 in the 7th thus far. Wanneroo just a little bit more spread across the innings. 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th that gave them a 1-run buffer. All right. Struck out. 2 away. Jack Bowden maybe has a little bit of payback on his mind, having got collected at first. He's had a big day. Selected in the under-15 national team. Congratulations to him and all the others. Swings. And pretty much an unhittable one. You don't get hold of them if they're that low. 1-1. Foul ball, 1 and 2. So, Wanneroo are a strike away from needing to chase 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Adelaide have a runner on, but they are at first base. It goes to 2 and 2. Low pitch. Full count. Top of the 7th. Full count, 2 out. 2-run ball game. Lights are on here at Lismore. We're going to need them for the late one. Thursday night baseball coming your way. Baseball Plus. Back. So the Marlins came in trailing by 1 at the top of the 7th. Their first 4 got on. Converted all that into 3 runs. Full count, 2 out. Got the strikeout. So Thomas struggled early with a couple of walks. Fought back with 2 straight strikeouts to end it in the 7th. We go to the bottom. Wanneroo need 2 runs to send it into extras. 3 runs to walk it off. Adelaide, 3 outs to claim the win. Back very shortly. All right, back of that, folks. Here comes Wanneroo. Now, Declan Scaife was at the plate when Declan Burns was thrown out at first. So it's going to be 8, 9, 10 for Wanneroo. Scaife, Richardson, Nicole. To try and end it for Adelaide. On the hill, it's Levi Burns. So yes, we have a Burns from both sides. 1-1 count. So we do appreciate our centre fielder standing right in the middle of the camera. Played and through third. Wanneroo needed the lead off on. That's exactly what they've got, a single to Scaife. But he does not represent the tying run. That is the man at the plate in Harrison Richardson. For Wanneroo, I suspect they really don't want it to go to extras. Well, it's starting to take their effect. Temperature dropping by the minute. Glad I bought the jacket and the scarf. Now back 1-1 with 1 on and no one out. Count goes to 2-1. Every pitch now becomes very, very important. Fouled back 2-2. That one got a pole, hence the little ring you heard. Oh, it's put up. Is playable and caught. 1 away. And now we're at potentially what I call the 1-pitch warning. Not that it's well, it's happened occasionally. A double play would see the Marlins victorious. Blake Nicole ground out and struck out. It is 1 out. Of course, if Nicole would lob one over the fence, then it's a tied game and it's either extras or a walk-off. Lot in play right now. Big strike thrown, 1-1. Burns has been throwing strikes, hasn't let the count get away from him. Now has a pitcher's count. I can tell you, most other games are just about done now. Fouled away again. Causing chaos amongst the Brisbane Metro group behind us. 1-2. Now that's going to land safe. Is there an out at second? Yes, there is. So I understand that Harvey Scaife was pretty much in no man's land. Is it going to be caught? In which case I can't be too far up because I've got to tag. I've got to wait. It's not going to be caught. Now I'm off, but oh my goodness, I've got to spread up the second baseline. Throw was on the money. And that is an out. So we're going to have a change of pitcher, are we? Or was it just a conference? Okay, I think it's a change of pitcher. It is. Need centre field to give me a camera shot. Need a number, folks. I love the Marlins uni. Just one thing, numbers on the front, please. Thank you, centre field. All right. Can tell you it is number 4. Sam Clark had a big 7th. He got on, lead off, got around, scored, tied the game up. He's now got to find 1 out. Tomorrow. Well, Wanneroo have played their 2 today. They will, and Marlins will play their 2 today, I hope. for the Marlins. They are not on TV tomorrow. They will play the Gold Coast at 11:15. You can follow that on Game Changer. That'll be their third game. Wanneroo's third game will be on Baseball Plus. It'll be the late game at 3:45 Lismore and 1:45 Perth time. They'll both play single games on Saturday. Wanneroo play the Melbourne Twins. That will not be on TV. And the Marlins will play Hills Blue. Well, currently 2-0. That will not be on TV. You can follow those on Game Changer. One out. Marlins win. It's down to the Giants' number 11 hitter, Mason Fatura Castro. Swings at the first offering from Clark. Giants do have a player on in Nicole who got on with that sort of... Richardson, who got on with that dropped play. Scaife singled earlier but was thrown out at second. One and one. Played to first. Just a couple of steps for the win. And in a great game of Junior League Baseball that went the full length of the diamond, the Adelaide Marlins are 1 from 1. Wanneroo dropped to 0-2, but their tournament ain't over yet. They just got to make every post a winner from here. All right, again, a quick finish, folks, because we've got another turnaround to get ready for the next one. The Marlins will be back. Adelaide fans, get a cup of tea and get set to go again.